narrative take on how cultures affect our relationships, using the two women as a polar opposites in which one of them is craving acceptance from her family, whereas the other partner really doesn't need validation for anyone else was very interesting to see and a valid conversation to be had because some people are able to handle not being accepted, whereas others are not. And kind of seeing how there are two sides of the spectrum, especially in which your culture is the reason for that dichotomy is very interesting to see. And it was very lovely to watch. I also incredibly love the composition. The score in the background was beautiful. And I think it really went with the dialogue and it went with how I was supposed to be feeling in that moment, whether it was the orchestral background with the swells so that I would feel more emotional with the characters, or when the one character was really frantic in which she just wanted her partner to, feel like she was trying a little more, feel like she really gave a shit more and everything, and how that was a little bit more fast paced and a little bit more chaotic in the background. I truly, really loved that.
I think that the actresses in this show are really incredible. Their chemistry is really great. And I love that they're written with a lot of nuance and a lot of care. They're working to understand each other with their inherited trauma or the traumas that they might have experienced, or maybe not even trauma, but maybe just challenges. And I think it's clear that they're kind of at different points in their life and acceptances of certain things. But I think that even though they are at different points in this romantic relationship, one thing that they're on the same page about is how much they love each other and how they will continue to sort of face the challenges that they have together and to show up for each other in a really like loving and caring way. And so I think this is just a really beautiful short in all aspects, and really one that emphasizes how important it is to just like connect with another person and meet them where they're at.
I think you develop these characters really well and the tension between them and the conflict, as well as examining their relationship as, kind of like sister wives in this situation. So I think it was really well written. There are a couple misdirects in there that are really intriguing. I think this is a really interesting look at relationships um, and tradition and how, you know, going back to relationships, it's how people navigate through them and the complexities of them, and the different nuances that different people have with the same person. I think it was really interesting. I think it was acted really well. And like I said, I think, examining this relationship was very well written.
So I think that they portrayed a really realistic relationship in that sense. And then obviously it didn't take her very much to have that, kind of breakdown to come vulnerable and, tell her the exact situation that's been happening and, let her partner be there for her and you kind of pick her up a little bit. Which again, I thought was a really, really realistic relationship. Clearly, this is not the easiest of relationships for them to navigate initially. They have family drama and issues kind of going on. So to be able to really truly show and portray a realistic approach to a situation, I thought was really beautiful and lovely, and I think they captured that really, really well.
All the actors involved did a great job. The two leads and the guy playing the waiter, they did a really nice job. And it was nice to see this kind of piece, this kind of a clash of cultures within a culture. We have kind of more modern versus more traditional, and people trying to understand each other. It was nice that in the end they come to an understanding, and it was, they're all able to reconcile their differences and understand each other. So that was really nice.
You can understand both sides of the coin or of this couple when it comes to this circumstance, because I feel like they both are different feelings towards a situation like this. One side is ready to cast off and reject those who don't want anything to do with them because of who they choose to love, or the other is hurt and yearning to regain that relationship with them, and hoping that one day they'll be able to accept them if they manage to do everything that the parent originally wanted, because on a deeper level, your parents are your first real relationship. They're that first bond, and from a child, you want nothing more than to gain their recognition, gain their appreciation, their approval, get that acknowledgement. And when that's stripped away from you because of who you are and who you love, it's a very harrowing feeling. Um, so both sides are very relatable in this regard, which makes it very tragic.
They're polar opposites. One's more religious than the other. Their culture's probably what drew them together in the first place, and how they fell in love. But the fact that you could feel the pain in that one actress, his voice, where she said her parents don't accept it, to the point that her mom just walks away from her, was brilliant acting. And then you have the other one who's blasé, saying, well, if you love me, you love me. If not, don't choose. They'll come around. And she's just kind of blasé about it, all like, whatever. It's their culture that holds them together, and the significance of one following a holiday's traditions while the other doesn't. It kind of goes back and forth, and this film had a lot of great dynamics in that, where you at first don't know what you're watching if it's between two sisters, and then when it involves in knowing it's two wives, it makes it a little more sense, because it's kind of playing on that opposites. It plays on that opposites fall in love scenario.